Well, rise and shine. We back with another video. And this video gonna be based off health issues. A lot of people fighting health issues. That's what this video gonna be based off. That's exactly what we're gonna be talking about today. See, a lot of y'all out here, right? Yeah, a lot of y'all out here, right? You don't understand why you have a health issue. You get what I'm saying? You got a lot of people that's dying out here for real. You get what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. The foods you put in your body, it's gonna create you a health issue. Do you understand when you go to the doctors, when you eat this type of food, when you go to the doctor say you diagnosed with diabetes, you diagnosed with cancer, you diagnosed with high blood pressure, it's because of the food that the government buy and put in your community to kill the population down. You get what I'm saying? And it's just not just taking a gun and putting it to you. It's just you eating the food and it's killing you slowly. That's what I mean, killing the population down in the community by the food that you eating, by your intake, what you put in your body every day. It's really killing you slowly but slowly. You might not look at it, you might not see it that way, but inside, it's really doing that to you. It's really taking effect on your body. It's really taking effect on what you eat every day. You get what I'm saying? What you eat is how you look. If you eat bull crap, you're going to look like bull crap. If you eat healthy, you'll look like the healthiest individual on this earth, on this planet. You get what I'm saying? And 95% of Americans is fat, is diagnosed with health problems, diabetes, health issues, all type of health issues that I can sit right here and name that the doctor can tell you that's what you diagnosed with because of what you put in your body. And let me tell you something. Some of y'all is stubborn. You get what I'm saying? But let me tell you this. Stubborn don't have nothing to do with your health. When your health down, you can't do nothing. You can't participate in activities, events, take your family out here or do whatever you want to do. When your health down, you can't really do nothing. That's why it's really important to stay healthy, stay up on your health, and put the right type of fluids in your body. This type of stuff, blueberries, all this type of stuff. This 2026, this is what we own. We not eating no health. We not eating no fast food. We not eating out. We not eating nothing. We not eating over people's house to cook hamburgers and sloppy Joe sandwiches and french fries. We don't want none of that type of stuff. Because when you eat that type of stuff, that's you signing your death certificate. You get what I'm saying? That's you taking yourself out with the type of food you put in your body, the type of food you eat, the type of food that how you look like nothing. What you put in your body is the way how you look. You get what I'm saying? Real deal. And that's a facts. That's a big facts, real deal. What you eat, what you smoke, is what you look like. Real deal. And that's on everything for real. See, we got a lot of people out here eating sloppy Joe sandwich, chicken sandwich from McDonald's, Wendy's, loaded French fry, loaded potatoes. Let me tell you something. When you eating a loaded potato, French fries, salty, all type of stuff, you creating high blood pressure. You create yourself a gut, a stomach. You get what I'm saying? When you eat a lot of fast food, bull crap food every day, what you doing within yourself is creating yourself a stomach. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of people walk around here every day, eat bull crap food, Wendy's, McDonald's, Wendy's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, all type of stuff that people order and people eat for real. And it's not, and you signing your own death certificate. Remember that. Remember, I told you that. Remember, you signing your own death certificate when you put bull crap food in your body, when you eat all the pizza, all the chicken nuggets, all the salty French fries that come from these different type of fast food restaurants, and you ain't doing nothing but creating your health problem to the point where you probably really won't even live that long. You get what I'm saying? It's what you put in your body. You get what I'm saying? So if you out here eating potato chips and Snicker bars and ice cream and trying cookies and Kool-Aid and all that other type of stuff all day, you basically giving yourself, or you actually signing a pen. You got a pen, and what you doing is signing your own death certificate. A lot of Americans like that. A lot of Americans struggle with weight problems, health problems, diabetes, high blood pressure, kidneys failure, heart failures, all type of stuff. It's because of the food, what you putting in your body. Actually, it's basically what the government, the food that the government paying to put these food in these opportunities, to put this food in these environments, to put these food in your community, to give you money on your card to go to the store and buy nothing but all unhealthy food that you taking home to your family, that you giving yourself and your family a death certificate. You signing a death certificate for you and your family by the food that you putting in your body for real. I don't know if you even know that for real, but today you know. You get what I'm saying? Maybe what I'm saying to you, maybe probably to change your diet or change the way how you eat or whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you this for real. When you don't eat stuff like this, blueberries, bananas, and stuff like this, the stuff that we own, you get what I'm saying? This is what we own, and working out and taking care of yourself and running miles, doing pull-ups and stuff like that, eating this type of stuff, this will gonna have you live longer. Real deal. But let me tell you something. But if you continue to keep eating out, eating Sloppy Joe burgers, chillins, and all cornbread, all that bull crap stuff, that you was fed by the government, that you was misled by the government, just like on all these holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Juneteenth today, whatever they come up with, all type of holidays. We don't believe in it. Well, let me tell you something. I can speak from a perspective from my way. I don't believe in none of them type of holidays. I don't believe in no holiday. You get what I'm saying? Real deal. Because you got to think, that's what the people came up with. They came up with these particular type of holidays that y'all ran with it, that y'all believe, because some of you Americans was misled. Some of you was misled and some of you was confused. You get what I'm saying? From what the people was telling you. You get what I'm saying? Some of y'all is lost out here. You get what I'm saying? I'm just keeping a buck. You don't know which way you're going. You don't even know which way to eat. You get what I'm saying? So you really don't care for real. And that's why a lot of these rappers, a lot of these individuals, not just even rappers for real, your own local individuals in your community, that's why you dying of this. That's why you dying of health problems. You get what I'm saying? Because it's what you put in your body. You know what I mean? And like I say, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. If you want to continue to keep eating that bull crap, you're not going to live longer. That's on everything. You get what I'm saying? If you continue to keep going out there bringing this unhealthy food back to you and your family, you cooking it and it's unhealthy, you get what I'm saying? And you really slowly going to be down behind it. Real deal, man. I'm just keeping it a buck. Real deal. That's on everything. Real deal, man. That's on everything. Real deal, man. What you put in your body is what you look like. Real deal. Real deal. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. A lot of Americans don't even drink water. They don't even drink water for real. It's always Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Kool-Aid. Every time a person get out their car and going to the store, what they come out the store with a pop. You don't see them come out the store with no type of water, no type of smoothie, no type of health drink or nothing. It's always bull crap that's going to deteriorate them. That's real deal, man. That's real deal for real. A lot of y'all people's out here. A lot of y'all people dying of health problems. And it's also got something to do with the food that you eat. You get what I'm saying? I told y'all this before. The government pay for food. They pay for unhealthy food. So regular Americans can eat that food so the government can kill the population down. You get what I'm saying? And that's what they gonna do. So we gonna buy you all this food. We'll put all this bull crap in the community for real. So you and your kids can eat that for real. So we can kill the population down for real. And also that got something to do with health problems too. That's when the health problems gonna kick in. And that's when you know you slowly gonna be down for real, because the government paying for all this unhealthy food that the Americans buy every day. And it's unhealthy. And right there, that food that I'm sitting here talking about, that's what's gonna deteriorate you for real. That's what's gonna kill the population down. It can kill millions and millions of the population down. And it's also because of the food that you eat that's going to kill you for real. Real deal. All this bullshit, all this bull crap meat that people eating, steaks and roasts and lamb chops and all that other type of stuff, man, is straight unhealthy food. Real deal. But I'm going to tell you something though, coming from a health fitness expert. Real deal. Continue to keep eating that stuff unless you get older in life. You probably ain't going to live to see 50 or 60. Keep eating that same food. Keep stopping at drive-thrus, getting 2 quarter-pounders and 2 fries, salted up, and going home and making sloppy Joe sandwiches and creating all different type of creating all type of unhealth use, eating. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Yeah, you gotta eat good. These blueberries, real deal, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, but let me tell y'all something, man. We gonna get right. We gonna get swole. Real deal. And I'm trying to tell y'all something, man. And that's just on the real. Why you think people smoke cigarettes and Black and Milds and drink coffee for real? That's killing you for real. You get what I'm saying? You smoking Blacks and Milds, drinking hot black coffee every day. That's killing your inside. That's also deteriorating your insides. That's why cancers come in. You get what I'm saying? Drinking too much coffee, smoking too much cigarettes, FTs, tobacco product. That's going to create cancer. That's going to create a health issue. That's going to be something that's going to take you out. Now you on medicine. You taking medicine. Now they got a patch on you for real. You get what I'm saying? Do you Americans understand? Do you understand what's going on? Is you fully woke of what's going on? Some of y'all still sleep. Or some of y'all just don't care about yourself. You know what I mean? Because you're going out anyway. You know what I mean? And that's what type of time, that's what type of world we living in for real. None of y'all, ever since you came out the womb, ever since you probably came out your mother room, you've been eating bad food since for real. That's why Jesus just ate bread and fruits and vegetables and fish. That's what Jesus ate. And if you think I'm lying, go on YouTube and Google it. That's what Jesus ate. Fish, vegetables, and stuff like this. That's what the Lord Savior, Jesus Christ, ate. He didn't eat none of that bullshit crap because he knew what it was. He knew it's going to take you out. That's the devil food that the government provide these communities with for real, just to kill your population down for real. You get what I'm saying? Why you think that when you eat this particular type of food, people get sick, people get health problems for real? You get what I'm saying? Because it's the food the government paying for so you regular Americans can eat this food so it can kill down the population for real. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't pulled a gun to you. They ain't pulled a knife out. They killed you with the food that they was paying for. They killed the population down for real. That's why people getting sick and catching health problems and diabetes and high blood pressure, cancer, sugar, all type of stuff. That's what the government paying for, to kill you down. Because they look at it like, anyway, you don't eat healthy anyway. Americans don't work out. They don't do nothing for real. They just get up, go to work, live in their own religion, eat bad food, don't work out, smoke a lot of weed, drink beer, hang out on the corner. They don't care. They know you don't take care of your body anyway for real. So we're going to pay for this bad food and let the people continue to keep eating this food so they can kill the population down. And they're going to be millions and millions in America with health issues. And they're going to be dying of cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes. And you're going to be diagnosed to be put on medicine. You get what I'm saying? Because of the food that you eat. You will be put on medicine because of the health issue that you created because you didn't want to eat healthy. You want to keep eating double cheeseburgers, quarter-pounders, fish deckers, large fries, and that's what got you that health issue. That's why you taking medicine every all day. You get what I'm saying? Are y'all still asleep, or do you need to wake up? Because some of y'all still sleep. That's why you look the way that you look. If you get up and go into your bathroom and look in the mirror, just look at yourself. Just look at yourself. And sometimes it also be the food. I just said that about 5 minutes ago for real. Be the food that you put in you for real. Like that commercial that I always watch. You know, when you smile, your smile says a lot about you. When you eat, your eating tells a lot of things about you. You get what I'm saying? That's how you create a gut. That's how you create a stomach. And another thing, that's how you know all Americans is walking around here unhealthy, health issues, fighting health issues, dying of this health issue, just going through it because they refuse to eat the right food. You get what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of Americans dying every day of health issues that the government pay for to kill the population down, which is the food that you eating, and they're gonna send you to the hospital with a health problem that the government paid for. Now you created with a health problem. You get what I'm saying? Now the doctor told you that you diagnosed with diabetes or high blood pressure. You get what I'm saying? Because it was the food that you was eating. It was the cholesterols that you was eating. You know, I mean, excuse me, not the cholesterols, but it was, you caught cholesterol by frying your food in a lot of unhealthy grease. That's where the cholesterol come in. That's why the doctor come to you and tell you, my sister, well, you diagnosed with cholesterols. Is there something that you eating in your food? Yes, it is. You eating it in a lot of grease. You pouring a lot of grease into the skillet, and you might be frying chicken, pork chops, or whatever you might be frying. Look at all that grease that you frying your food in. You get what I'm saying? And that's how you was diagnosed with cholesterols, because of the grease that you put in the skillet and you fill it up, and now you diagnosed with all these health problems. And you didn't even know that. And some Americans don't go to the hospital and get checkups every 6 months. They don't do none of that either, for real. How you know if you ain't walking around here with STD, gonorrhea, AIDS, syphilis, whatever you walking around with? Because you don't take time out to put time into your body to go get checkups and make sure your body doing all right. Most Americans don't do that. They don't know what they walking around with. They can be walking around burning, anything. They don't know that. They just out having sex. Don't go get no checkups. Don't go do nothing. Real deal. They don't do nothing. Fruits and veggies, baby. Fruits and veggies. That's all I'm on, baby. And good electric fruit and veggie and electrical highlights water. That's all I'm on for 2026. I don't know how many times, like, we try to motivate people, but some people too stupid to see what's going on. A lot of Americans, I hate to say this, but a lot of Americans is bloody, idiots, and stupid, for real. They really is, for real. But you know what? That's you, yourself, and at the end of the day, you're going to have to be the one to pay for it, not me, because I know what's going on. I'm fully aware of what's going on. Real deal. Americans, y'all don't want to still sleep. Too much coffee. Wake up before it's too late. Real deal. And I'm out. I'm finna go ahead and close this with this and get on up out of here. Real deal. Start taking care of yourself if you want to. Start taking care of yourself if you want to live long. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm gonna close with this and on everything. If you continue to keep eating bullshit, McDonald's, Wendy's, White Castles, all that bull crap, drinking White Castle coffee, that's really nasty, that's unhealthy, and that's death. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, right? If you 45 or you 50, if you continue to keep eating the way that you eating, this 45, 50, 60 years old, how whatever the age you might be, whatever. But let me tell you something. If you keep eating the way you eating at the age that you is, you will be diagnosed with some type of health issue. You get what I'm saying? Especially when you don't go to the doctors and get checkups every 3 to 6 months. Some of you Americans don't do none of that. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're walking around with. I'm just keeping it a buck. You out here having sex. You out here, it's a lot of demonic, wicked, evil stuff you out here doing. To the point where you don't take enough time to invest in your body to see what's going on inside your body. You ain't got the time for that. You got time for having sex, smoking weed, popping X, Molly's, or whatever you out here doing. And every day you doing that, you ain't doing nothing but deteriorate yourself to the point you might not even live to see 50 or 60 with all the things that you putting in your body, because it's gonna take you out. Real deal. Especially those for them older males, them older females. If you 45, 50, 60 years old and you continue to keep being out here eating unhealthy food, want to hang in clubs and smoke weed and smoke blacks, hey, that's a disaster. I'm trying to tell you, for real. You continue to keep doing that, it ain't going to be nice for you. When you go to the emergency room, when they come back with them files, with them papers, it ain't going to be nice for you, because you're going to be diagnosed with at least 3 or 4, 5 health issues. Like, people smoke a lot of cigarettes and a lot of blacks. They can't even walk up this 2, 3 steps without getting tired. You get what I'm saying? That's how I know a lot of Americans is unhealthy. They eat a lot of bull crap food, don't work out, lazy, don't do none of that for real. But let me tell you something. As soon as they walk up 3 or 4 steps, they tired. They got to take a breath. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. What you mean, give you a minute? You should be able to run up all these steps and be good. You get what I'm saying? You should be able to, give me a minute. Let me get some water. Like, come on, man. You get what I'm saying? And that's how I know a lot of people don't eat right. And you also, that got something to do with the food that you eating too, for real. When you can't walk up that last 4 steps that you finna take a step up, that's got something to do with what you putting in your body for real. You can't even walk up the last step for real. And it's got something to do with the food that you put in your intake that produce inside your body. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just keeping it real, keeping it a buck for real. So I'm going to tell you something. Change your diet before it's too late. You get what I'm saying? Because if you don't, when you reach that certain age in life, you're going to be on the cane. You're going to have these breathing things on your, you're going to have this breathing thing, which is like an oxygen tank. You know what I mean? And you're going to have all type of stuff because the food that you eating, that's what that is. That's what it do to you. When you eating these type of food, when you're not taking care of your body right, you will be on different type of oxygen machines. You get what I'm saying? And it's also had something to do with the food that the government was paying for just to kill the population, just to put you on that oxygen machine. Real deal. Wake up, America. Take care. Have a blessed day. Change your diet before it's too late. Have a good one. Take care.